Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go get my. Oh no, you have a slide, so I don't need my paper. Never mind.
Yep. I got you covered.
I forgot.
That's okay. All right.
You know, on my
Welcome
Facebook
everybody.
Live.
That's right. You just keep rolling. All right. Well, I'll let you.
You ready?
Kick us off. Yep. Go ahead.
So I just, I wanted to make sure that I start by saying thank you for all that you all are doing. This is such a crazy, crazy time. And I hear news stories every single day about the challenges that people are having. I want you to know that on some of my calls nationally, I'm hearing where there are places in the country where, councils have not even done the first day of virtual programming, and they're not having much luck in their troops and service units with things that they're doing. And I have been so proud to say, let me tell you what our troops are doing. Look at all these amazing things. So it has just been so wonderful. This council has jumped on all of the virtual, all of the options that we've had to make sure that Girl Scouting stays alive, and to really show the world that Virginia is Girl Scout strong. And I have been so incredibly proud. And I need you to know that all the things that you are doing, all the excitement that you all bring drives us, and it sends us in this continuous spiral to want to do more to provide. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And it's so fun to see. And as I said, I'm proud to be a Girl Scout in general, but super proud to be a part of Virginia Skyline Council. So, I appreciate all that you're doing. The next thing I want to tell you about is what my announcement today was. So Jody's showing you there the agenda for the day, for your meeting. But today on my Stroll-In Chat, I announced that we have just created a new partnership with the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine and Virginia Skyline Council, and we will be launching a new infectious disease patch program. There is something for every age level in there. If you look there on the top, that's the little patch. It's absolutely adorable. And the council staff worked with Catherine Brown, Dr. Catherine Brown, who is an assistant professor at the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine. And this is, it's amazing. And her doctorate is in infectious disease and immunology. I'm smiling because I think Beth just said, go Hokies. So that's kind of funny. Yes, go Hokies. But this has been so great, and I've teased this, and I said on my call today, I teased it, and I wasn't teasing it because I wanted to tease. I was really excited about it and kept talking, and we thought we were going to get to roll it out earlier than we did, and we didn't, because this is really unprecedented for them. They have not done a partnership like this, and so they wanted to put a lot of parameters in place to make sure that they knew what they were doing, and that we were all kind of checking all of the boxes and doing the appropriate things so that they can continue this type of partnership in the future. I'm going to let Melissa Hildebrand tell you about it. So I want to make sure that I say, Melissa is our vice president for external relations. And so, she works on fund development, was our director of fund development, helps manage Marcom, and most recently now is helping with property, but overseeing property. But what has been so amazing is that Melissa was working with Carilion on some information about fund development, and said, hey, we're in this crazy time. What if we did something about infectious diseases? And they said absolutely, and a person who was a Girl Scout actually couldn't do it, and connected us to Dr. Brown, and Melissa really just took the ball and ran, and she pulled in Jody to make sure we got the program in. And then of course, once Molly came on, Molly got pulled in some. So it truly has been a team effort, and the idea was, and what I'm so excited about is it's an infectious disease patch program. It is not a COVID-19 patch program. And here's what I love about that. I think we've heard, at least I've heard numerous times, and I'm sure you have, that this is not the last infectious disease we're going to see. Obviously, there's something new if we think about all the ones we've seen, SARS and swine flu and all the things that have come through. This is going to prepare girls to know all about how all infectious diseases work. And I said today on my Stroll-In Chat that, my kids have tons and tons of questions, and I'm sure yours do and all the girls that you're with have tons of questions. And if as adults we're feeling uncertain and have some fear around this time, the kids absolutely are feeling that. So this is a way to help empower them and help them feel like they have some control to understand what's happening a little deeper. So Melissa, I'm going to let you talk about it. I just want to make sure that I say thank you to Melissa and Jody and Molly and Lillian, who designed the patch in collaboration with Virginia Tech Carolian School of Medicine. So it's been a wonderful collaboration, and we're so excited to roll it out to all of you.
We're super excited about this. It was a big adventure. It happened very quickly, and while you wouldn't know it, because we've had to keep it under wraps for so long, we did actually start doing this, I guess, a week after we put the IDP into place. So like Nikki said, I had a contact through Fund Development who was a Girl Scout, and she put us in touch with Dr. Brown right away, and Jody, and I met with her several times, and then Molly joined us, and Catherine started us off with some ideas, and then we added in, and then we embellished a little bit. She just is not a Girl Scout. So there was, thankfully Jody has so much knowledge about the badges that she was really able to point out some things that we needed to do. It's not a badge, but we wanted it to be similar. We wanted the girls to accomplish several steps to say that they were able to earn it, and that they would be knowledgeable about it in the end. So it's really exciting. Jody, can we see are you showing the next slide? Sorry.
She is.
Okay, so
we're the brownie one.
This is an example of the brownie, one of the steps in the brownie components. There are lots of videos against a virtual patch, lots of things that you need to download, and we do have a hands-on activity in there, I think I'm certain for every age level, but it was a challenge just because I am not at all knowledgeable about infectious diseases. So we did a lot of research. Dr. Brown verified everything that we submitted, and we included to make sure that we were giving good information to our girls. And we've actually been finished with this since the end of April, but when we approached Virginia Tech about the patch, because we wanted to recognize them in the patch, we ran into VT licensing, which is a lot. Again, like Nikki said, it's unprecedented. They've never done a collaboration like this. They wanted to go ahead and put best practices into place so that when it happens again and they've agreed to work with us again, that'll be a lot smoother. So we finally got the patch approved on Friday, and it's being priced right now. So as soon as we get the pricing on the patch and can include the link to order it in the session design, we're going to be releasing it to everybody.
And I want to say this is so exciting because I've already started sharing pieces of this just in the last couple of days with GSUSA. And while lots of people, well, not lots, several councils are doing some things just like a one little session on COVID-19, no one is doing this. And so they are talking about lifting this up at the national level, which is incredibly exciting for us. So we're not gonna share that with them for a week or so. We want our girls to have that opportunity to start with it first and share all of the things that they do, so that we have some, we get to show all of what our girls are working on and doing it. So thank you to Melissa and Jody and Virginia Tech and Carolian. It's just been an incredible partnership. And as she said, we look forward to doing this again in more ways with them.
Oh, and Dr. Brown has said that she would do a Facebook Live Q&A with our girls after this has been released for a couple of weeks to give people an opportunity to complete the program. But she's super excited to do that.
So any questions, thoughts, comments on this before I move on?
This is Stacy. I just wanted to say also how much I love that she's a woman, and how that really shows our girls, it gives them a person to look to in that way. Not that we don't all have a lot of women doctors, but this is really cool to have a woman doctor speaking to them. It just makes it a little more real. I just think it's really cool. I'm just glad she's a woman.
Well, 4 out of the 5 new assistant professors they hired at the beginning of 2019 are women.
Which is really exciting for us.
So when are we going to be able to get it downloaded ourselves? Because you said there was pricing, and then you would download or send it out after
There's
that.
going to be a PDF. So we'll send you a PDF, and the last page will be an evaluation. So you'll have to complete your evaluation, and then within that evaluation will be an opportunity for you to order the patch.
And so, Beth, we're talking like days. I mean, a date by tomorrow or Monday, we'll have this ready to send out. But there's no cost for the program. It's just, that's if you want to purchase the patch. That's what we're saying. Yes, Beth, it is open outside of GSVSC. We absolutely are doing that. And that was part of, again, that's part of what Melissa said with all the VT licensing, because it could have the potential to go wherever. You know, we had to make sure they were all on board with the licensing. Other questions, thoughts? We're not, and I should say, Beth, while it's open outside of our council, we're not gonna release it. Well, we'll release it on our website and do, you know, and send it to you all as a part of the council. But to send it out beyond that, we're not going to share that right away with GSUSA and the other councils. We're going to give a week or so to let our girls, again, have the opportunity to really start it first. It's not that there's a limit. Anyone can do it. We just want to make sure that it's special for us for a while. Okay. Well, let me move on to my next. I have two more things. Yep. So when we talk about reopening, we are thinking about, you know, what's coming. And I want you to know it's a little bit crazy. We are just like everyone else right now, in that we are, you know, we're waiting on what the governor, Virginia Department of Health, the CDC, all of the guidelines that they're giving us, and how we're going to move. As of right now, the IDP is still on. We are probably honestly going to we will start reopening on Monday, July 6th, and that will be phased unless things change between now and then, but that's the tentative plan, and that will be phased. Really what it means for us in the office, phased, is meaning we will still do some telework. We will have people come in various groups. We will do lots of cleaning in between. We're not planning to open the shop back up to the public just in general. We will have appointments, and we will do things like that, and making sure that we obviously keep safety measures as high as possible. For activities, as far as the council is concerned, we will be bound by whatever, again, the laws and the rules are at that time. So right now, still in phase one, still groups less than 10, still have to be 6 feet apart. Now, as of tomorrow, we're going to need to wear masks. So all of those same pieces are going to be in place for us as a council, based upon wherever we are at that time when we begin to reopen. So we don't know what that's going to look like. And again, we'll keep an eye on it. We are working on sending out an email with an update on all of this. But I'll be really honest with you, I'm holding a bit, because we know that in the next week, between tomorrow and next week, we're going to get some numbers after our phase one reopening. And we just want to make sure that we move to phase two as we start talking about it. So we are paying very close attention. We are all on most every day of those calls or of the press conferences with the governor. We are all on it and texting, and it goes right on our agenda to start talking about it at the very next meeting. So we are looking at that. And so Tiffany said, are we looking at specifying troop meetings guidelines? Tiffany, the guidelines, whatever they are for the rest of us, will be the same for troop meetings. Now, I don't know at this moment if, let's say we're up to 50 people, if we would say we want less than 15. We're not there yet. I think we will look at the numbers, obviously, and see what that looks like over the next week or so. But right now, we're going to have to abide by whatever those rules are. The other thing I think we need to really pay attention to, and it's on my list to talk to our senior leadership team on Monday about, is that you all are I'm sure you are definitely going to be having some difficulties in getting into places for troop meetings. So, you know, I don't know that we're going to have the same access to churches and schools and and buildings to have meetings. So we are wanting to see what we can do about that and see where we may need. So we are definitely going to have a list for you. And when the time comes, we will have full specific directions. Yeah, you're exactly right, Tiffany. We will want those guidelines. And I know I still sound vague at this point, but that's because I think we are still vague, right? If we were going to open right now, tomorrow, the guidelines would be less than 10 people. You have to be 6 feet apart. You have to wear a mask. You have to, do all the things that they are. But I can't tell you that's what it's going to be on July 6th because I'm not sure where we are. So you will probably see a series, I would say at least 2 emails with updates on this between now and then a final one that will give you those guidelines right before. Yeah, so we do not have, Vicky Hart said, we do not have permission to use our public community spaces at this time. Yeah, that's it. I mean, most places are not letting us in, Vicky, and it's not just us. I mean, they're not letting any outside groups, and you absolutely understand why that is. So yes, at this point, I would continue having Zoom meetings if you can, or go to, we are going to be looking at some things that we may be rolling out as potential options in how to help leaders who are, want some help with some of this virtual. So we're looking at what that may look like, and we'll be rolling that out to all of you all soon too, hopefully. So yeah, again, we're just sort of in this place where we're waiting to see what the guidelines are going to tell us, and then we need to make decisions that are best for the safety of our girls and leaders. So we will see what that is. No, Vicky said, would that be in place of Zoom meetings? No. I mean, I think it's up to you, Vicky. If you still want to have your virtual meeting, great, but we just may have some tools to help supplement is what we were saying. Not to take the place of. Hold on, I saw another question in the chat. Will properties be open for outdoor activities? As of now, yes. That's what we're saying. Things will be open. We will not be, obviously we are not having in-person camps. And so it would be some day activities. They would have to be within the guidelines of what we said, what the Virginia Department of Health and CDC and the governor says. But I will tell you, there's a lot of work being done at the properties right now, which is super exciting. So we're really excited to have some of the things set for the property and ready for us to use. We're looking at, again, some ways to have some family outing time and all of that. Yeah, Vicky, as of right now, Wild Women's Weekend is still scheduled in August. That is not a camp, obviously. But if we are talking about today, if that event were happening today or tomorrow, it would have to be less than 10 people, and they would have to stay 6 feet apart, and they would have to wear masks. And, so again, we will be following the guidelines for any event, any activity that's going to happen once we reopen. And again, we will outline those very, very detailed once we know what they are at that time. The other piece that is really questionable right now is travel. And so I don't know, and I don't know what this is going to look like, and here's why. I will tell you, GSUSA released some travel guidelines or travel suggestions, which we all got and we shared with you all early on, but they haven't changed those yet. And so on a call I was on today, that's what we talked about. As I said, those guidelines were great at the time, but what happens in 3 months? And so frankly, I got an email today from a troop that is planning to go to Louisiana the end of July, and said, can we go? And at this point, it's hard to make that decision. We don't know what that's going to look like there. So, or what suggestions would you give us? So we are absolutely looking at travel and what that may look like. And we will have suggestions both from GSUSA and then from the council, again, as we get closer to when we begin to open back up. But I do want you to know it is going to be phased. The building, we're going to be, as far as the building is concerned, we're going to have some, just like everyone else, we'll have appointments. We'll have appointments where people can come in to meet with people. We're not going to have large outside, gatherings coming in for a while, all those kinds of things. So you will see all of that rolled out in the plan. Vicki said that her family lives in Louisiana and cases are going up. And that's exactly why this is the trouble with the travel question, right, Vicki, is it depends on where they're going and what it looks like and what that time is. So you are hitting the nail on the head as to part of the discussion that we have when we start thinking about what that looks like and where people should and shouldn't go and what kind of guidance we should offer. So know that's there and that we are really looking at it very closely, but we're just not in a place to roll out any direction right now, because if we did, it's going to be different, possibly by next week and possibly by, the day, possibly by tomorrow. I mean, how quickly this stuff is changing. So that's what we want to do. Any other questions about that? We know, and I want you to know that when we talk about this, part of what we're doing is we're definitely talking about the reopening and how we can make sure everyone is safe in the council and their families, and we want to make sure that happens. But we're also part of what we're doing on the backside as council staff is we're also looking at what happens if all of this changes in the fall and we end up back inside, or everything goes great and we can be in schools and schools start on time or schools don't start on time. So I want you to know that we're thinking about all of those things that we can. And we're trying to plan, obviously, for more than just the reopening, but for what the next 8 to 18 months may look like for us. And we have contingencies plans for everything. I don't think we've ever had this many contingency plans in our life. Yeah, that's what Debbie says. As of right now, Adventures is accepting registrations in preparation, and that's exactly right. We're planning that it's going to happen, and as we get closer and we know what guidelines look like, it may still happen. It may be, again, less than 10 people. It may be 25 people. We'll just have to look what that looks like, but we don't want to not plan anything. We just need to be nimble and ready to make some changes if we find that we have to, based on rules and laws from our government. Yeah, you're right, Amberly. We got to still plan to live, right? Goodness, we gotta plan to live. So we can't say let's shut everything forever. We got to plan, but that's part of this being when we're ready to kind of make the change. Oh, can I tell you when the COVID worksheet is going? You mean when the are you talking about the infectious disease patch program? Yes. Okay. That is going to be, we're going to share it out with you all. We'll announce it, I'm sure, in an email, either tomorrow or Monday. So yes, the other thing is in preparation for our reopening, the council office, we are going to close for the week of June 29th through July 3rd. We usually take 2 days off that week, or, for the holiday anyway. And we decided to go ahead and close because we need to do one final really, really good deep cleaning, make sure everyone's out of the building, that we can be prepared for when we begin back on the 6th, and have everything ready. And as I said to you, we're going to have a plan. And an example is we'll have A and B teams. And the A team may work on Monday and Tuesday in the office while B teleworks. And then Wednesday, everyone will telework so we can do a disinfectant. And then on Thursday, Friday, B would work in the office, A would be home, and then we do another disinfectant over the weekend. So we just need to make sure, again, that we're keeping everyone safe and that we're doing what we can. So I want you to know that. Yes, so Amberly said, can we plan socially distant bridge ceremonies for mid-July? Amberly, I'm going to give you the answer I've given everyone. Yes, with the caveat that it may be canceled or you may be limited to 10 people total, or 20 people total. So let me tell you, this is not just here. It's so interesting. My kids play, tons of sports, and there's actually a basketball tournament that they're wanting to have the end of June, beginning of July. But this is the new way it's going to be. Basically, they're allowing 10 fans in the stand. So as parents, we really can't even be there.
Where's my card?
Because they want the kids, everyone wants to be safe, and they're going to come in one way, go out another way. So you're going to see this every single place, and everything that people are doing for a while. All right. So this is going to move me to And the other caveat, Amberly, is making sure that we go through the that we make sure you go through the appropriate process about that you go through the appropriate process for putting in a request, going through the event approval and all that kind of stuff, so that we know it's happening and we can kind of be prepared and offer guidelines and all that. But that, I just thought I would say it again. All right, so my final piece is, I don't know if you've seen, but yeah, right there, right? Everyone wants me to have green hair, apparently. So we started this VA is Girl Scout Strong campaign with the other councils in Virginia, and we've been so excited to do it with them, and they're so excited, and I talk to those CEOs on a regular basis, and we share lots of best practices and ideas, and we do things together. And so we decided we would do this renewal challenge. And so the council that has the highest percentage of renewed girls or new girls, it can be a combination of those, that CEO is going to dye her hair green. And it's really exciting. I have never had my hair green. So we'll see if it's going to happen and where we're going to go and what we're going to do. But I do hope that you all will renew, and that you will have your girls renew. And here's what, well, let me tell you a little bit about what's in there for those anyway. We have a lot of other surprises, it says, but obviously that patch that looks like that, the decal for each household, the girl membership, we will reimburse the $7 council fee to the troops if they renew by May 31st. And then you see there if it says if you're interested in paying it forward. So we are going to be sending out a financial assistance email, and I want you all to know that it's coming. And here's why. We are well aware that this is a crazy time. We're getting ready to, be at 20% unemployment, and that is crazy to think about. People who have never found themselves in financial struggles or having financial challenges are in those places right now. And we want everyone to know that we are here to help. So we have been working really hard to get to increase or to open up some new financial assistance opportunities and funding to make sure that any girl that wants to participate in Girl Scouts can if they need it. And we are having great success with others who are having a good chance, who are finding themselves still in good financial shape, who are saying, yeah, we want to pay it forward. We want someone else to have this opportunity. I will tell you, I posted that picture that Jody had there personally on my social media over the weekend, and I had about 10 or 12 friends who said, we have boys, we're not Girl Scouts, but I'm going to pay for a membership, who paid for a membership so that we could give it to a deserving girl. And I think that's exactly the story that we want to make sure everyone knows. Yes. So Vicki, will the FA be approved before the early renewal deadline? I can't guarantee you it will be totally approved, but what I can guarantee you is that it will count if you go back. So, if the deadline, if the request was in before the deadline, it will absolutely count in that challenge. Angie said she already, yep, it went through our troop account. Is each household? Yes. No. Each household will get one. We'll get one, Angie. Yeah, it's for each household. And I guess, oh goodness, should I go ahead and make this announcement? Why don't I? Listen, my staff doesn't know anytime. I might just make something up. So Melissa, I'm gonna go for it. Okay, you and I talked about this. So Heather is. I can always count on Heather to instigate for me to do something. Just say it. So we are also going to add a new challenge, which we'll make sure we add to, or a new piece for the challenge. So for all troops that renew by the 31st in this renewal challenge period, we will put their names in a hat to be the first troop to have a visit from the mobile STEM unit. So we are finalizing pieces for the mobile STEM center. We are so excited about what that's going to do. We have all kinds of pieces that are going to be in that, and we can come and do programming for people right there. Yes, Heather, the whole troop renews. Yep. And of course, if you have girls who moved out or aged out, that's different, but yes. And so what we will do is like I said, we have all these wonderful things in there, and we are even working on adding new pieces. So it's not been necessarily approved, and we don't have all the funding, but we are working on trying to get virtual reality goggles and do an entire virtual reality piece to the Mobile STEM Center. So we are looking every single day to add new pieces. Cybersecurity, we have so many things that are going in there, and it's going to allow us the opportunity to go out and be where we need, so which is exciting. Vicky, oh, I'm sorry, Vicky asked a question. I hit the wrong button, so sorry. Yay, yes, for troops. Does that count the parents? No, it's really, I mean, again, but the renewal challenges for girls, we need the parents, Vicky, absolutely. But we will talk about this particular challenge for the Mobile STEM Center. We'll talk about for the girls, is what we'll use the girl number for that, to make sure that the girls are renewed. Again, we need those parents, or we need the leaders, because we want the troops to be active and prepared. But that's the reason that we need them. That won't be a part of the challenge. Melissa, did I do it right? Did I say everything? Anything missing?
No, that's a pretty good prize to get the first visit from the STEM Center.
Yeah, we are so excited about the STEM Center. We can't wait. It's going to be pretty amazing. So that will go in our May, and anyone, and for all the troops, again, that renew by the May 31st deadline. So we'll announce that tomorrow, and make sure that happens. And then we got another one up our sleeve for later, don't we, Melissa? Not quite the same way, but we're looking at some other things that we can do too. These are great. Listen, these are great new tools that we have for the girls, and we want them to be as excited about them as we are. So we're excited. I know. You know what, Beth? Beth said Junior Jam wants it to come in May. Beth has had that on our list for since like March or April.
Yes.
I think Beth was asking as soon as we had it. So
Yep.
We got you down, Beth. We're on the list.
You're on the list. On the list.
On the request list. We don't even have a request list created yet.
Yeah, you started the list, exactly. So Vicky did ask, does it count for parents? She was asking about parents. And
yeah,
then
that's
Vicky
what
said Mall Madness. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Mall Madness. She was asking about Mall Madness, whether we'd have the STEM band.
Yeah, Jody, we were just talking about that in the renewal challenge, we're gonna limit it to we're only going to require it for girls. As I said, we need the parents, because we need the support, obviously, for chaperones. And here's the thing, y'all, when you think about Zoom, and I know you all are doing Zoom meetings, but they have some breakout rooms, and we can help set up some different things. And so, you might want to take a night off, and you have some really great parents that can divide the groups up by age level, and all of that. So, please know that you want those parents as chaperones or as potential additional leaders in an area or a section for you. They can be incredibly helpful. And right now, the truth is that, the majority of the world is using some version of Zoom or GoTo, and they're all much more equipped and much more versed on it than we were, say, 2 or 3 months ago, and they're prepared. All right, I think Angie asked, so Angie said, when is the STEM band going to be ready? So here's the honest answer, Angie. Not 100% sure. We are waiting. What we decided, we wanted to, again, be good stewards of our money, because that's what Girl Scouts do. And we were planning to have it operational and ready to go by May 12th, because May 12th is what we call the Power of the Purse. And it's the event where we send, we go where we got the Roanoke Women's Foundation. It's where people who were awarded grants come back and talk about what they use the money for. So we wanted to drive the STEM van up and let them see it. Then, of course, COVID hit. And since we were closed, we did not think it was a good use of funds to pay to have something sit, to pay insurance on for 6 months, and you know, do all of the, and let it sit even for 6 months and collect. I said dust, but someone said pollen, but that's true. Not dust, pollen, but you know, to just let it sit and have 6 more months of age and wear and tear on it. So we have a meeting every other week. And we are prepared, and we have all the items. We have already talked about. It's ready to be outfitted. It's ready to be decal, to be vinyl wrapped. So we are just waiting to pull the trigger. Our plan is in the next week or so, as soon as we know what happens with phase one, once we move out of phase one, as the Commonwealth, we are going to begin purchasing and finalizing. So I would say by mid-July, shortly after we open up, it'll be ready. So they don't have to wait long. So you were wondering if it's going to be ready before July 20th for a virtual tour video. I don't know about that, Angie. We will keep that in mind, Melissa. Let's keep that date in mind and see if we can make that happen.
Okay.
And we will certainly have the virtual. We will do a big virtual video, and we have the virtual sort of STEM stuff online right now to get ready for it, to help us lead up to it, so that girls are prepared for it. Melissa, anything else you want to add about the STEM Center?
No, except like Nikki said, the wrap's been designed. We already have everything that goes in the back of the van sort of selected. And she has a, you know, she's working with a dealership to purchase the van. We're just waiting to try to be good stewards of the money. So just waiting to roll into phase two so we can start moving.
We're excited. It's going to be so great. You'll probably hear my kids. They're outside. Listen, here's the other thing right now. It does not matter where I go. They want to be right with me. It's amazing how that works, right? They never want to see me. Normally, before this was over, they didn't want to be near me. I was like, you know, I had some kind of the plague. Now they want to know with me. Yeah, Heather. So Heather asked about the coyotes. We have coyotes. Y'all, listen, I've told everyone that I'm living on Dr. Doolittle's farm, or we're going to start our own wildlife nature preserve here. We have a bear that roams around and was in my front yard, and now we have a family of coyotes in the back. So, you know, it's fun around here. Amber Lee said hers are sucking to her leg. Her kid's not a coyote. Good to know, Amber Lee. Well, are there any other questions, thoughts, ideas, anything you want to ask me, share with me? Well, again, I want to say thank you for all that you are doing, have done, will continue to do. I'm ever impressed and inspired by the work that our leaders do tirelessly all the time. It's wonderful. And I also want to make sure that I shout out Beth, because she was on, and I don't know if Janet's on. I know Dawn wasn't able to get on, but we had a wonderful entrepreneurship panel, I guess 2 weeks ago now. And and it was the older girls on one of my check-in chats. The older girls said, hey, we really want to know more about entrepreneurship and what it is and what we want to do or how we may do it. So we decided to have an entrepreneurship panel, and we had Beth Rains and Janet Driscoll Miller and then Dawn Weiss, who all started their own business or own a business or part of a business now. And they went through everything that the girls may want to know. And then we broke the girls up into age groups, and they had breakout sessions, and we did our own version of Shark Tank. And it was so fun. The girls were so amazing. There was a worksheet they had to complete ahead of time, so everyone did the work. So they actually met requirements, all the requirements for badges in the various age groups. And we are planning to do it again in July. Secretly, there are supposed to be some new badges that potentially could come out that might fit this. So when that happens, we want to make sure that we give an opportunity for girls to hop on and earn those badges in one session and one night. So look for information about that in July. Thank you, Beth, for being so amazing and willing to do it. We reached out and she said, absolutely. And I appreciate all of you who have been partners with us in doing various pieces in our virtual programming and offering your support and expertise. Again, it truly is a collaboration, and the Girl Scout family is showing up and showing out very strongly. So thank you. Yes. Amberly said the girls need to complete their bronze award delivery. Will they be able to do that after the council reopens? Yes. The plan is they will, Amberly. If they're, we, again, looking at all the guidelines and all of that, if there's a problem, email us and we can chat through what that looks like, any specifics around it. But yes, they should be able to. Well, thank you all so much. I appreciate you getting on. We are going to have we decided we're going to also have a volunteer, just a happy hour, social hour for us to just chat and talk with one another and just have a good time. No work involved. So look for more information about that, and please share it with all of your troop leaders as we do that, because we'd love to have a bunch of us on together. So thank you.
Well, we still have a few more things to cover, so we're going to keep rolling. We may go a little over, but that's okay. We had so many good things to share tonight, and it's such a wonderful turnout. So if it's okay, bear with us. We're going to still go and share a few more things. If that's okay, everybody doing okay? Just checking in. Everybody doing all right? We're going to keep rolling. Okay, good. So awesome. Okay. Well, the next thing up is virtual summer camps are opening up. We got some. The registrations are already open. But closing soon. Sugar Hollow is almost to capacity. Green Summer Camp just open. We're so excited about that. Dark Hollow's open. Friendly Hollow and Cave Hill are coming soon. Treesville has already been in operation now for since May, and they have activities going on. They're full and going, but just check out the website and make sure that the thing is, this year they can go to all of the camps. That's what's great. So sign them up. They can do it right from where they are. So anyway, we got Beth. Beth, did you want to say anything about Cave Hill? We'll put her on the spot. No, that's okay. She's not ready to talk yet. That's okay. And we got Angie Newstead, who's one of our new camp directors, and she's doing Friendly Hollow. And so that's awesome. And I really like the theme that she has. She's basically, it's and Angie, if you want to unmute yourself and tell a little bit your idea, that's great. And then I got Jamie who wants to ask a question. So
of course everybody wants to hear me. I don't have Chloe. You'll have to check out the registration to see who Chloe is, because Friendly Hollow's been gone for a couple years, and our theme is that we are virtually back. So we're going to follow the adventures of Chloe, who is a little doll. She's a junior Girl Scout, and she's going to go pro style, go to camp. So the girls will experience Friendly Hollow at a new location, so it'll be new to everybody, through the eyes of Chloe. So I'm super excited. And
nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be cute.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Of course it's amazing.
Well, Jamie, you had a question. Did you want to ask your question?
Yeah. So yes, they can register. They can go to all of them. But is there different programming, just like it would be during a normal camp session, or are there some videos that just they're played for every single camp? I'm still trying to get my head around the virtual camp.
Sure. No, that's okay. So every camp is creating their own content. I will say that Sugar Hollow and Cave Hill, I think Cave Hill, I'll say Dark Hollow, and Beth, you can correct me if I'm wrong. They're working off, Virginia Skyline has a progression patch program for girls when they go to camp, and a lot of the camps do go through that. And I think, looks like Beth might be typing in the chat. So, but yeah, so some of them are walking, but they're all creating their own content. So it's, you know, the thing is, a lot of times very much girls are specific to these camps, and they, you know, they're attached to their, you know, camp directors and the camp staff. And so it's as much as connecting with the people that they know as more so than even the activities. So, but they are going to learn virtually fire building and you know, all these things that, you know, it might be an edible fire, but they're going to show and walk them through all those things. They're going to have traditional camp activities and ceremonies, and you know, you know, they may have a video of, you know, someone leading the flag ceremony, but you know, it's all in spirit. So even virtual campfires. So yeah. So yes, and Beth said yes, they'll do the progression patch if they hold the camp. So they're working on that. Okay, cool. Any other question, Jamie?
No, that's good. I just didn't know if girls signed up for 3 different camps, if they would have 3 of the same modules to go through, more or less.
Yeah, so Sugar Hollows camp, I know each week is the same. Green is doing, theirs is based on STEM. So if you go out and visit each of the sites, they kind of give you a snippet of what they're going to be going. But feel free also to talk and reach out to the camp directors. Their information's on the site. So if you have any specific questions, go ahead and reach out to the camp director. Molly, do you have anything else to add? I want to give you a chance to say hi if you wanted to add anything.
No, I don't really have anything to add other than I'm excited to see what everyone brings. I know that it's a challenge for the camps to offer virtual, but I'm excited to see what they've got, because it's any and all programs that can be offered are much appreciated. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, and green is Beth from Green, it said that there's this thing, like it says, citizen scientist journey this year, which is awesome. So if your girls are needing to learn, you know, and get a journey, this is your opportunity. So I'm really excited that Beth, you guys are doing that. That's awesome. A lot of girls are looking for journey activities, so they can get their, you know, highest awards. They need their journey. So that's awesome. And it's for all age levels, so, which is amazing. And then Amberly, did we answer your question? You said okay, so I wasn't sure if we still needed to say anything out loud. Did you get your question answered? No. Okay. And what are you referencing? What exactly are you wanting to know? Can you say they are asynchronous? Oh, yes. Will they be recorded? So some of them are recording. So everyone's doing a little bit different. So for instance, Angie's, she is going to pre-record everything, and it'll be posted and shared. Dark Hollow is doing a combination of live sessions and pre-recorded sessions. Sugar Hollow's doing some live sessions. It's a combination. So each camp is a little bit different. Someone will be in a Zoom meeting. Someone will just be clicking on the link. Does that help answer the question? Yep. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Great. That's a great question. Okay. Yep. Awesome. All right. Anybody else? Any other thing? We just want to make sure you guys, this is like unprecedented that they could go to so many camps in one summer. So we have no idea. This is super fun. So I just talked to Ash today, and I know, I think Debbie was talking about, yeah, a lot of good people involved in Trefoil Academy, and things are going well there. So they're just having a ball. So they had game nights, they had all kind of stuff going on. So yeah, hashtag all the camps. Yes, love that. Love that. I love that. So we just want to give girls the opportunity to connect, you know, and at camp, and even if it's virtual, like, you know, we're gonna give them the closest thing that we can. So, all right, well, we have still more to offer. So if it's okay, I actually wanted to add an additional slide in here, just realized I didn't, but that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and go next. So one of the things we talked about on a previous, I don't know if you've been on our happy hour. Oh wait, Nikki said, Oh, yes, yes. Oh, so yes. So some of our camps are actually being placed on the GSUSA marketplace. So if you've not gone out, you can actually go out to the GSUSA marketplace. There's additional camps across the nation that are virtual. And so we want to make sure that you know, there are other camps available. We have people coming. I talked to Amelie today, and she literally had to set aside spaces for what she said, Virginians, because she has so many girls from all over the nation, outside the country, coming to her virtual camp. And so, but the thing is, know that you can do the same. So you can go out to the GSUSA marketplace. I'll try to get the link and post it when we send this out, so you know, you guys can share that. So again,
hey Jody,
hashtag all the camps. Yes,
Jody, it's not quite ready yet.
Okay,
They
it's
are
not ready
working
yet?
on getting all that
Okay,
information
all that
for
ready.
us.
Okay.
But it is, there are going to be great
We'll send it
opportunities.
out.
Like one, they're going to do a nature trek in Alaska, which is going
Yes.
to be really awesome. I want to do it.
Yes.
Just because,
Yeah.
you know, we can't go there right now. So there are going to be really great opportunities that will be opened up to the girls as well. So when we have it, we will certainly share that to make sure that if anyone's interested in participating in those, they can do that as well.
Yes. 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 And yes. So yes, we actually have one of the girls from Puerto Rico. We have a VidCode class going on every Friday, and we have one of the girls from Puerto Rico, Amberly was saying. So yes, we have girls coming from all over signing up for our virtual programming, which is nice. So they're just getting to meet and connect with girls literally all over the world, which is really super cool. Yeah, and so speaking of Alaska and programs, there's an additional program which you didn't put on side. We have on June 6th, there's going to be a World Environment Day Zoom event, and we have a ranger. His name is Peter Hamill, and he's from the Blue Ridge Parkway. I think that's where he's from. Molly, correct me if I'm wrong. And I should know this. But anyway, he's had lots of experience. Okay. He's going to talk about wildlife. And he's like all of his park experiences. He's going to talk about it. He's going to have basically a 30-minute presentation, and he's going to open up for Q&A for the girls. So that is on our council website. And so be sure to, be sure that we are, you know, you guys sign up for that. So yeah, so, and I just, Stacey reminded, I just want to do, again, we're going over time. We still have some things to share. So hopefully you'll stick with us. If you can't, we understand. We're recording it. We'll share that out, but please try to stick with us if you can. So again, anything else program-wise that we need to share? His Ridge District Entrepreneur for the Blue Ridge Parkway. Yes, thank you. Thank you, yes. So I just want to invite you. I've got girls already signing up, and there's plenty of space. It's unlimited, so please join us if you can. It's on our website. All right, are we ready to roll? Keep going? Okay. Everybody good? All right, we're going to keep rolling. Okay. So one of our goals, obviously for a long time, is make things easier for our volunteers, because it really is, it's not just about the volunteers and the girls and the staff, it's all of us. But really, I know all of you are here for the girls, right? This is why you do what you do. And so we've been looking for resources for you guys to make it easier, to make things easier. And again, if you'd been on one of our previous happy hour, we kind of gave you a hint as to one of these resources we've been working on. And so we're going to dive a little deeper into that this evening. And I just want to thank Melissa and Nikki and Stacy for helping, and Molly to help make this happen. So I'm really excited to be able to unveil this to you and roll this out to you guys. It's called Valleyhood, and it's a place that we can help empower our volunteers with the tools and resources you need all in one place. We know you wear a lot of hats, and a lot of different hats, and we want to give you a toolbox. We want you to be able to help each other. We don't want to work in silos. We know the service unit team leaders are carrying a lot of loads, and especially those that are carrying, like, you know, I look at Beth Rains, and she's a camp director, she's a team leader, she's a troop leader, and there's so many of you, Angie, like so many of you, Beth, you know, all of you are just doing so many things. And we really want to help you have a tool that you can kind of organically delegate things, keep things centralized, You know, if someone leaves, you know, you lose that knowledge as well. So it's a place to, you know, keep your historical data, eliminate redundancies, those kind of things. So we're just really super excited about this. And so the idea is with Rallyhood, you will be able to communicate, you will be able to manage events, you will be able to share calendars, you will be able to collect online payments, you will be able to share files and folders, you will be able to build a gallery, you will be able to organize signups, and you will be able to vote and poll if you need to. So I really hope that you guys are excited about these, the abilities and capabilities that this will bring to you. And basically it's a platform that helps like bring all these things all together in one place. So how do we plan to use it? We're going to use it for volunteer-led events. We're going to, again, it's going to help centralize information and assets, create a more efficient and consistent experience and for how we can all work together in groups, and build a more connected community. So keep going. And the idea with the volunteer-led events, again, it's going to make it easier for leaders to reach council-wide community without having to go through council. So if you have a DAISY program in your service unit and you want to make sure that other service units can, you know, get to, you know, open that up, and you don't have to go through us, you'll be able to easily share those things across to other service units, which is awesome. Yeah, not only that, it's going to make it easier for parents to explore, register, pay, attend without sending a check in the mail and having to wait and see, you know, if the registration's been accepted or if there's been a slot, those kind of things. You know, when you're planning events, it can be hard. We plan events all the time when we go through this, but you know, you're creating a flyer, you're creating a sign up. You got to make sure people sign up to help. People are registering this in the check in the mail. You're driving to the bank, you're sending emails and posting flyers, and you're emailing the troop, and then there might be an Excel spreadsheet or PayPal or whatever. So, you know, as you can see, it's a little crazy. So, yeah, so, you know, the idea with Rallyhood, you can make customized, beautiful event pages, you can add attachments, you can integrate maps. It's a one-click to register and pay online. You can track attendees, manage refunds, download reports. You can duplicate events and share to other rallies or attendees outside of your Rallyhood. So it's really super cool. They will be using something called Stripe, and Stripe is a PC1 level certified with high level of compliance and security standards. So we're really excited about having this opportunity, and I see your questions coming up in the chat, and so I promise I'll get back to this, but I want to make sure to just manage everybody's time. So we're gonna have a little Q&A at the end, just so you know, but I will come back to your questions. So again, so this is just an example of what it would look like for a service unit volunteer-led event. So again, a way to take multiple ticket types, integrate maps, there's even shared links and even Zoom integration. So yeah, I think all of you guys are going to love it, and it's super simple to use. So I'll keep going. So again, so this is kind of what it looks like in the different rallies. So again, making local and regional events more discoverable and accessible, and you can share. So, but there's special events, there's calendars, there's all kinds of things. So again, the idea is, you know, creating and centralizing information, improving sharing of best practices. So again, for service unit meetings, groups and committees, event planning, online payment, you know, there's a paper trail. There's just, again, and it's an online paper trail. It's not actual paper. So it's just easier to keep track of. Even resources for volunteer onboarding, mentoring, and coaching, it's just going to make it so much easier. A central location to go to. And the other thing is just historical information and leadership succession. So, you know, how many times have you had, you know, someone leave in your service unit and walked all that information that they had? Now all that planning and things that you've been doing can be shared and left there historically, so you're not losing that and starting from scratch each time. So yeah, it's really cool. So having said that, we're going to give you a little sneak preview of something we're working on. And this is a rally that what we'll be sharing. So this is, Stacey, do we have Molly? Did she join us? Did she want to talk?
Molly, would you like to talk a little bit about some of these slides? Barkley? You still there? I'm putting you on the spot. Look at this leadership.
I know, right?
Look at this development right here.
That's right.
I can.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Go for it.
So we wanted to utilize Rallyhood's message wall to create a sense of community, like you would see on a Facebook page. So you can kind of communicate with people in the same fashion with the message board. I'm sorry. So we wanted to utilize
Molly,
that.
back up and talk a minute about what we put together for our leaders. So rather, I know it's the message wall is circled there, but talk a little bit about what we're putting together for leaders.
All right. So we are creating a virtual subscription box specifically for our leaders, and we have compiled PDF resources as well as direct links to 10 to 15 minute short videos or articles that we look to enhance and build upon all of your amazing skills that you already have in place. So this is a 3-month series, and so each month we'll focus on different aspects for our leaders, and we will have, like, there's adult development, and then there's leader hacks, and then there's a new system walkthrough that'll talk about how some of the changes coming down from GUS-USA are going to really help make your experience easier.
Thank you, Molly. We just really, you did a great job too. I put her on the spot. I said public speaking, you're doing it right now, and way to go. I really appreciate it, Molly. You did a great job. I wanted to just say that we as mission delivery team put a lot together, and really across the council, we all kind of got together and thought about the things that we've talked to you about this past year, and things that maybe we don't always have in our regular trainings, right? Do we do a really great job of talking to you guys about conflict resolution and managing those difficult conversations? Not always. That's not always in, that sort of thing. And we also recognize that your time is valuable. And so these are short, and these are different pieces about different things that we've heard from you over the past year, and they're meant to be done. It's not a required training. It's meant to be for you to take it or leave it however you want it. You have 10 minutes drinking your coffee in the morning or before you go to bed, and you want to watch a video about integrity or about communication or whatever. There's going to be all these different pieces into that, and we plan on adding more each month. And again, they're going to be around things that you wouldn't necessarily get. You may go through a training around Looker, but it's going to be the basics. But maybe we'll put something in here that's kind of like hacks, like things that you didn't know you could do in Looker because it's not in the regular training, or some quick tips on new systems and things like that. So this is kind of twofold for us. We wanted an opportunity to share some things with you on a different level than our regular trainings, but also to kind of give you a chance to get a really good feel of what Rallyhood could do and start building a community of leaders who can also share good tips and advice, and who can use that message wall and use that special events page and use that calendar so that you can start creating your own network of support and sort of peer-to-peer exchange there across the boards outside your service units and all the way through, because you guys come with some great ideas always, every time I see you. And I think that you guys would rather talk to each other than us any day. And so we wanted to kind of see what happens here and give you a chance to play with it without having to worry about it, you know, affecting anything or being yours. So we're really excited to let you guys rock and roll with this and see what the staff has created for you, and see what you think, because I think it's going to be really great, and I'm excited.
Yeah. So just kind of scrolling through some of the features. So just kind of going back to some of the questions that have been asked. It's not, this specific, what we're calling subscription box in Rallyhood is a leader professional development. It's personal development. Again, it's not something that's required. It's something that there may be, again, like Stacey said, something that will help you do something quicker or easier, or it may be something, again, that you want to enhance your you know, own personal development and improve in an area that, you know, maybe you're not feeling comfortable in. So yeah, so again, it's like building your toolbox, right? More tools and resources. And again, it's the idea of letting you get around and play around in this tool as we build it out for you. So I'll just kind of keep going. So again, you can see that there's this nice place for links, and it's kind of a pin board, and it works a little bit like Pinterest. And it's super easy to use. So, you know, if there's special important links that you really like, there's a place to keep them now in your rally. So we're really, really excited about that. Thank you, Stacey and Molly. So yeah, so again, just every group. So again, every group will have, you know, a suite of features that they can use. There'll be a message wall, a calendar, special events, ability to take payments, and, you know, there's a photo gallery, files, links, signups, a friends page, you know, whether it's public or private. So, and it's, you know, we will be inviting you guys to subscribe to these rallies as we build them out. We will build them out for you. So again, just kind of rolling through that there are different ones for different, you know, areas. So again, we will be building out one specifically for Daisy Brownies and junior events. And so you guys will be able to share those over to that rally when you have a service unit event that you want to open up to that age group. So that's just one of the things. But here it just shows how you can upload all the pictures to your events and have it in one place, which is awesome. Makes it easy. And anybody, you know, that's in your rally can then go download their own. So say you have a mother-daughter tea, and, you know, how hard is it to get all those photos? Now you can invite the parents and let them come in and download their own photo as they need it. So yeah, it's just one of those things. So yeah, so it's going to be really great for events. It really is going to be very good for events. That's I think out of anything, it's really going to be great. But it's not just for events. It's communication. It's again sharing things, planning. You know, service unit meetings or whatever. There's a lot of ways that you can use those. So again, flexible signups. So again, if you need to ask or pick a date for something, or take a poll, or, you know, trying to get some opinions. And again, it's a lot of great ways to use this. So yeah, you might need to choose a date or rank a topic or vote yes or no. So all kind of different ways that you can use it. So lastly, you know, this is kind of a bird's eye view of what we'll be building out. So there's a hub, and we'll have one for council-wide programs, adult development that we kind of rolled out. We'll have them for service units, service unit leaders, panels and committees, our gold award, our product sales, adult recognition, our camps as well. So, you know, a way for you guys to support one another and communicate, and again, build a community where we all can work together, and, you know, serve our girls the best we can. So again, a way to make it easier for you guys. So basically, this is, again, just a higher level view that we'll be building out for you guys and rolling it out. So here's what to expect. We're going to build it out for you. You don't have to do this. We're going to do it and invite you to it. We're going to do it step by step and not all at once, and you'll receive invitations to the rallies and training. So you don't have to figure it out all on your own. And then lastly, which is coming soon. We've already given you a glimpse. There's virtual subscription boxes. And so these will be one of the first things that we invite you to, again, to join and play around with it and get to know it. Get familiar with the capabilities. And then the next thing that'll be coming up is a service unit leader network. And so again, a way for all the service units to be able to communicate and share. So there's so many wonderful things, just like our camps. There's so many things that happens in individual service units that, you know, I know other service units want to hear about, or maybe they haven't done that before. And it's a great place to just share things that can easily be found and organized, and, you know, again, just to help support what you're doing. So anything else? Let's see, do we have anything else that we have to share? So the last thing is the virtual subscription boxes. But before I do that, so any questions about Rallyhead? Let's see if I can answer, if we answered all the questions. Do we have any unanswered questions? Does it track achievements? No, it is. So are you talking about like troop achievements and girls, Amberly? Was that your question? So it's not meant to replace the volunteer toolkit. The volunteer toolkit is for girls and tracking their achievements. This is mainly for communication between the volunteers and helping you guys manage things and share information and plan your events. You know, events is one of them. So so again, we're right now, it's like I said, it's you know, it's for the service units and different groups, and we have adventurers, we have camp directors, we have adult recognitions, we have the Gold Award Committee, all those things to help you share information, stay organized, and keep it centralized so you guys can you know, do what you do best. Does that help answer the questions? So yes, it's primarily for service units. Any let's see, did I miss anything? Yep, and so, yeah, so this, again, Vicki had a question about the training, it's a distance training on the website. So this is, again, what you saw in the adult development was, again, personal development. That does not replace the required, you know, training it is to be a volunteer or whatever. Will it be ever rolled out for troops to use? Eventually, yes, we eventually, so I'll go back to our slide. Let me see if I can get back there. There we go. So yes, so eventually, once we get, I'll wait for that to go away. So once we build out the service units, and so it's going to take us a little time. So eventually, yes, we will eventually roll it out to troops, but this is the system right now that we need to develop first and make sure that it's functioning properly before we roll it out to troops. Does that help answer your question, Heather? Do you see it being useful for troops?
Yes, I really want to get rid of my web page that no one looks at. They would look at this, they would use this and be able to collect money.
Yes, so the idea is, yes, you would be able to, so who controls the group membership for each bubble? What do you, Vicki, I'm not sure what I understand what you mean. So yes, so each rally has an admin, and we set those admins at the council level. And each rally will have an admin. So for adventurers would have a rally, and there would be staff admin, and just like on our Facebook groups that we have, there should be staff admin and a volunteer admin from that group. So whoever's like the chair of that group would be the admin. Does that answer your question? So like for service units, you would have a staff person, and your service unit team would be admins. Does that answer your question? No, so a member cannot add a person on their own. They have to be an admin to be able to do that. Exactly. You can't just let everybody in. Yeah, so the idea is, yes, it's you know, again, I know a lot of you have Facebook groups, and this is to take place of that. So again, kind of keep it in a centralized location, because it will make it easier for you guys to connect to other service units and share what you're doing. So that's the really great thing about this tool. Will council preload leaders and co-leaders? We're not to that level yet. Well, when we go to build out the troops, we will see how there is a way to bulk upload. Yes, so we'll figure that out. Right now, we're going to work at, like I said, these different committees and panels, and you know, kind of groups and the service units before we get to that. But yes, how many members, but not into, how about members but not into service units but want to keep connected with a service unit? I don't understand your question yet, Beth. Say that. You unmute yourself. You want to ask the question?
I'm going to unmute it and ask it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we have a lot of former alumni, registered adult members, and they want to be in our, they're on our service unit email list, Facebook page, because they want to know what's going on, and they've gotten lost in the loop. You know, if they're a lifetime member, they don't hear anything from anybody. No, council doesn't communicate with them. So to be able to find out what's happening, they're in the service unit. Are we going to be able to add them in here, or is it just leaders?
No. So here's the thing. As long as they're a Girl Scout and you know, that's fine. Like you can, again, and that's the great thing of there's a message wall, and so there's a way for you to send things out, and people can get a what do you call it? For lost one. Molly and Stacy remind me. It's like a day. I think it has a setting. It's either daily or weekly, like of all the messages. And so it's not like everybody's getting an email every 5 seconds. But it, you know, it's like a daily digest. Daily digest. That's what I was looking for. So yeah. So there's a digest email. So yeah. So they could be a part of that. So I'm not saying that you can't have, you know, the thing is, as the admin, again, that's for your service unit, we would expect you to help us to make sure that this is someone that should be a part of that group. Does that make sense? We don't want to, it's not to exclude anybody, but it's to, you know, it's an area for Girl Scouts. So if they're a Girl Scouts and they identify with your service unit, I would say yes, because here's the thing. You may be able to pull them in on an activity or a program. They may sign up, or they may raise their hand to sign up to help. Why not?
Right,
you know?
Right. That's what I want to make sure.
I also
I
have another thing, because I was going to ask somewhat similar, because Rebecca with Lynchburg service unit is always sending me stuff because she knows that I'm willing to go her way, drive all the way out to Lynchburg from Montgomery County to do things. So it will be nice if we can be on those different ones. If, you know, we're willing to go out there, and we're always, you know, willing to go do projects in another service unit within council. That's cool. Very cool.
Well, now Heather, Heather brings up another question. Can you be on more than one hub?
Yes, you can. You can be on more. Yes, you will be in more. Yes, exactly. Yes. So because, like, for instance, you would probably be in the camp. You would be in the council trainer rally. You would be in, and so that's the other thing is the really great thing is, go ahead.
No, what I was asking was, like, I'm on Saul's Facebook page because I can answer questions for him, or we're so close to Pinson County Fund. Rebecca in Lynchburg or Campbell County or whatever they're called, she and I add things to emails so that we know what's going on in our service unit. So could we add these people to our service unit hub so that we don't have to keep passing emails backwards and forwards? We know what's going on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The answer is yes. Yes to all those questions. Yes. So however, you know, again, it's to benefit you guys to improve the sharing. That's what's so great. So the other thing is that, so if they have access, they can share things from their rally to your rally and share it out, which is great. So yes, we will set that. It's kind of like called an ecosystem. And so we'll set that up. It'll be a real time saver. Exactly. Thank you, Melissa. And so going back to Pearl's, you know, question, like a lot of times, you know, new leaders will be invited and asked to join your service unit as they come on board. And you'll see that. You'll see and be able to accept them. The other thing is that, again, you might have an alumni or Juliet, people that are not necessarily in a troop. It's a way to keep them, you know, engaged. And again, you never know how you might pull them in some way for some activity or whatever. So yes, it's meant to be a time saver. It's meant to improve the communication. Again, no more silos. Like it really is, you know. And the other thing that we've been working close with Rallyhood, like there's a couple of times that we've gone back and there's things like it's been out there for a little while, but there's new things and they're like, we're like, hey, can, you know, we see this or that, can, you know, this is where we really feel like this would improve if you made this adjustment or give us this capability. So that's the other really great thing. They're really eager to, I mean, they just recently, again, added the Zoom like this, you know, because of virtual. So they're paying attention to our needs, which is really great as well. So. Any other questions? Okay, yeah, so it's 8:31, and so the last thing we have to share, just wanted to just kind of highlight the virtual subscription boxes. So if we didn't, again, just know that this is all coming, and we're fixing to unveil the subscription box, so you're going to get to play around in Rallyhood really soon. So the idea is that it is available June 1st. You'll be getting an email about it. There is a program virtual subscription box. There is a Troop Leader subscription box. And there is a new and non-members subscription box. And so the program obviously is some really fun stuff. So Molly, do we want to tell them what the topics are for program, what we're covering for June, July, and August?
Sure, that sounds fun. So yeah, we're starting in June and we've got one each week. We're gonna do, let me see if I remember. The first week is outdoor skills. So things like first aid, knot, fire building, leave no trace, and I'm sure I'm forgetting things, but that's the first week. The second week, wildlife, there it is, plant wildlife.
Yes.
The second week is going to be outdoor activities, so just a variety of things they can do with their families. Some of them are more active, some are like meditation and mindfulness. The third week is outdoor cooking, so we've got some ideas for that and recipes. And then the fourth week is what's it called, Jody? Ready, Set, Camp, and it's just it's basically the how to plan your camp out because we're going to end with either a camp in or a camp out option for them with lots of instructional stuff and whatnot. So yeah, we're excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then the next two boxes are gonna be a STEM box in July, and August is oh my goodness, I can't remember. I think it's community caring is the name. So it's got a lot of really cool stuff in there as well. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Nice. Yeah. So, and then Stacy, Stacy, do you want to just talk a little quick about Molly, a little bit more about the topics for either Troop Leader or the new or non-member?
Sure. Sorry, I was having trouble coming off mute. So yep. What you'll see for the new or non-member are weekly activities to introduce them to some of the lingo, to introduce them to Girl Scouts and some of those things that sometimes we assume people know. And we really want to give them a little bit of, I see you laughing at me, Angie. We really want to give them, a little bit of, to make them feel welcome, right? Make it very inclusive so that we want to drive them to the program boxes. We really want them to enjoy the camp, but we want to give them this little bit of grounding with us first. So they, from the beginning, feel like they belong, in this virtual space. So we're only doing, it's a series of 4, but it's not June, July, and August. It's the same 4 because we're hoping once they do those 4, they will join us for all the other programs. So that's the purpose of that. The other thing with that one is it's not going to be in Rallyhood. And the reason why we're not putting that in Rallyhood to begin with is because if we're reaching out to people who are not members or who are maybe very brand new, we want to make sure that we're not asking them to sign up in 8 different places, right? So, okay, you're asking me to sign up for Girl Scouts and you're driving me to the website, but now I have to go over here and sign up for this, and then you're going to send me this, and so I didn't want to do that to someone who was brand spanking new. So we're going to reach out to our leads that we've gathered over the past year. We're going to reach out to anyone who got stuck in the process. We're going to reach out to any new member who's been a member for, you know, less than 6 months because they might not have gotten the experience that they needed or wanted. We're also going to do some marketing online and to some of our partners and on social media to see if anyone is interested in joining us. And we are going to share those directly with those leads, with those prospective members. And my team, Mission Delivery, is going to sort of nurture those and watch those and help bring them into the fold, so to speak, and then move them onto the program boxes. Because as easy as I think Rallyhood is, it is another thing you're going to have to put your email into. And we wanted to create the path of least resistance to membership, right? So give them all the tools, welcome them in, make sure they feel comfortable with everything versus driving them back and forth to different websites. So that's sort of the piece there. But the whole goal is to bring in new people, make them comfortable, and send them over to our program boxes so that they can enjoy them.
Great, thank you, Stacey. So yeah, so with Rallyhood, you'll need to subscribe, and you provide an email and your name. So that's all it is. And also the really cool thing I really love, I don't know if you saw on some of the previous slides, there's an app. And it's really nice, and it works really well, and it's very easy to visualize things. So all those links and PDFs and things that we're loading for the subscription boxes for the program, you'll be able to pull up right on your phone, which is awesome. So it is not only web-based. So yeah, there's an app, which is great. Yes. So, and there will be a training. So Rallyhood, we're going to pull in a few people, and then we're going to start rolling it out to others. And so do some trainings. There'll be an online training. So again, we're not just going to throw you out there and stick you in Rallyhood, but you know, we thought with the subscription boxes, this would be just a fun way. You won't need to use all the features at once. It's just to, you know, get used to the layout and the functionality. And then again, we'll start providing some additional training around that. And so right now, you know, when you go into your, on Monday, I think it's Monday, June 1st, you will be able to go in there and play around with the files and the links and download them. And so, and use them. So we're super excited to kind of get you in there and looking around and peeking around. Any questions about the subscription boxes or Rallyhood? Do we miss anybody? So I know we've gone over time. Really appreciate you guys staying and sticking with us. We really hope it's something that you feel that is going to be, you know, useful to you and helpful. And again, just trying to hopefully make your lives a little bit easier and all the things that you guys do, because we really do appreciate all that you do. Want to make it easier. So. And I think that's it, basically. Yep, that was our. We'll leave it open for questions. Otherwise, we have filled you this evening with lots of information. So definitely, I will share this out and share the slides in the recording and follow up with some additional links when we have the camp information as far as the marketplace, those kind of things when they're released. And you'll be watching your email because we'll be releasing the infectious disease patch program out to everyone as well. So that is all I have. Molly, Stacey, anything else we want to share?
I was just going to say, you know, kind of to reiterate what Jody just said, we threw a ton at you tonight. Holy cow. This was the most jam-packed one I've been on yet.
Me too.
But, you know, go ahead and give the subscription boxes a test run. And then when we get a little bit further, or even in the one you're in now, if you have questions, call one of the team, call Mission Delivery, call Jody. Like, we love this, and I will sit down and talk to you about it for a long time. You know, we'll totally do it together, and I think you're gonna love it as much as we do. But don't let all of our info tonight overwhelm you, for sure, because you guys are you're just gonna love it. I'm so excited, I can't stand it. We've just been thrilled about this for so long, so I'm so excited to share it with you, but we're here to help and support you every step of the way. Molly, who spoke earlier, practically built the whole dang thing. She was one of the first people we threw it at her and said, hey, what do you think of this? Put it together. And she did. So, and I know that she'd be glad to talk to you about it too.
Exactly. Exactly. Great. All right. Well, I think that's all we have for this evening. So again, if you let it digest, there's a lot of information. Again, we'll get the slides back out to you so you can kind of review them and think about it. But if there is something that you have questions about, don't hesitate to reach out. We're excited, and we will be sharing more information soon and as we roll things out and build it out for you. So, but I hope you guys are excited about the virtual subscription box. We can't wait for you to see them. So it's super exciting. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.